I haven't been for a swim for ages and I've just come down and look at it. It's perfect. I'm so excited. Just been for my first swim in ages. I've been since I got back from the pilgrimage. It's always the way, and it's only, what, end of November? No, it's December. It's only December, and I got back in October. That you just, for a little while, you just you just want to snuggle and be cosy, and then I was in Norway for 2 weeks, and I did do quite a lot of walking in Norway. But yeah, I haven't actually really done much walking back here. Actually, that's not true. I did do quite a bit when I got back in October, and then I went to Norway, and then when I got back from Norway, I've been just chilling, which has been for a couple of weeks. It's important to let yourself rest, which is what I've been saying. But being out in nature and going for a cold swim just gets everything flowing again. And fucking hell, nature feels so good. It's so good. Just my whole body feels completely buzzing again. It is literally one of the best things that I do in my life. I love it so much. And what a place to do it. It's just so beautiful. I am so privileged. This is my happy place. This is my heaven. Paradise. We love it. Oh, I'm so lucky. Thank you, universe. It's the Gemini full moon, and there's something in the air that just feels so electric, and it's a beautiful, moody, magical early evening. I'm on my way to work. It's 5 o'clock. I'm working in the pub tonight. The moon goes full at 4 in the morning, so I'm doing my ceremony tomorrow night, which will be releasing because it will be after the moon has reached its zenith and is waning. So this is the time for letting things go. And it's the end of the year, and it's a Gemini full moon. Sagittarius season at the moment, and Sagittarius is all about shooting for the stars, like big ambitions, big ideas, adventure, truth, getting to the truth. And so its opposite is Gemini, which are the twins, who are all about communication and chat. Hello, birdie. Chatty. They can be a bit deceptive because, as is the case with twins, they kind of don't need anybody else. It can be a bit like in their own, so there's Neptune's doing a lot at the moment as well, so it can be a bit of a delusional time, but it's a perfect time for starting a creative process, which is what I'm doing. Hello, little wren. Oh, I saw a gold crash yesterday. Oh my god, that's the tiniest wren. I love wrens so much. I saw a wrens really remind me of my nanny. Whenever I see a wren, it's like I've seen my nanny, and they're like little fairies. I saw a gold crash yesterday, and that's a wren with a little gold cap on, and I love them. So it's a magical time right now. And yeah, Gemini full moon in a Sagittarius season is a really good time to start writing a book in a creation hibernation setting. So I am very excited to be in this process. I have already written loads. I've written 3 chapters. I'm on to the 4th, and I'm really happy with how it's going. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just being nosy. Yeah, it's really interesting so I sent the 3 chapters off to a publisher. They asked for a synopsis and 3 chapters, and it was a really interesting process to do that because I got some friends to help edit and read through what I'd written and let me know what they thought, and they gave me some really good insight and advice and neatened up what I was doing, and it's just totally put me into the flow now. I've got the voice, and I've realised I go down wormholes all the time, as you well know from watching my videos, but that actually I need to get the wormholes in the right order, because all the wisdom and stuff I have now came in an order through the process of the pilgrimages. You know, some stuff I knew before, some stuff I learnt during them, and all of it I now know now. So I have to remember to keep them in the right order. And I just thought something that I need to add in. Yeah, it's all unfolding and it's great. I just love it. I love it. And oh yeah, I've got an unusual writing style. It's called autofiction because it's autobiographical, but it's also fiction. And my friend once said it's like a shamanic version of your life. And it's how I write my books, because I've written a series called Saturn Returns, where I write a book every 7 years. And that's an autofiction series. Like, there's stuff in there that is just complete fiction, like I haven't chopped up a body. And then there's other stuff in there that is, you know, absolutely like a diary. So it's cool because it's like, you know, when you have an argument and afterwards you're like, oh, I wish I'd said that. It means you can do that and just like play with all of that. You know, what's true and what's not. There's a tractor coming, so I'm going to come back to you in a second. It's also getting quite dark, isn't it? There's the full moon, and you can just see Mars is next to it, conjunct, and that's manifesting as a real high energy doing things vibe, which I'm just loving. Can you see me? No, you can't. It's too dark. Okay, so instead I'm going to walk along like this, and you can just see the top of my head. Yeah, I was getting disturbed earlier from saying this, but I'm saying it here under the full moon. Full moon magic of Gemini at the end of 2022. I say this, that next year I have locked in mythos, and what that means is, in mythology there is the idea that the elves and the fairies pass through the mists into fairyland, and we can no longer see them when they used to be around us and hang out with us. And then in the book The Mists of Avalon, which is a King Arthur legend, the pagans also disappeared into the mist, and you can no longer see the stone circle at the top of Glastonbury Tor. You can see the abbey, and at Beltane and Midsummer and the solstices you will hear the bells toll in Avalon, but also you'll see the stone circle appear at the abbey. So the reality still exists, but they're just alongside each other and are separate. And we pass through these mists when the time no longer suits. Now here we are now at this point in time where there is a fast world, a speeding up world, that is choosing to march towards its own demise, and is choosing a reality that doesn't have community, nature, not very much love and kindness. It's very authoritarian. It's profit over anything else, and it's using up all the resources and then is possibly going to go to other planets. And that reality, I have this sense that we are currently passing through the mists, and we're now like in this almost steam-like state. Alan Moore, who wrote V for Vendetta and lots of my favourite stuff like Jerusalem, which is the best book I've ever read, he's a self-proclaimed wizard, and he talks about how we were once ice people living in the Ice Age, and then we turned to water as we travelled around the world and kind of flowed into each other's spaces and places, and that's what we've been for a while now. And now we're turning into steam, and this is terrifying because it's a massive paradigm shift, but at the same time there's nothing we can do about it. And it's kind of, how relaxed can you be, how much can you surrender to this change, this vibrational change. And in some ways it makes things faster and more hectic by being steam, but also, like, what's happening? Is it that the reality with the nature and the pagans and all that stuff is disappearing into the mists? Along with the pagans and along with the fairies, like, is the natural world and the world of community and the world of analogue that we had, is that disappearing into the mist of time? Or have we entered a steam-like state and everything's now kind of coming to the fore in the way that the permafrost is thawed, and suddenly things are being revealed that haven't been seen for hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years? Is it that? Or is it that we are having a choice now about which reality we stay in? Do you want to pass in with the nature and the pagans and the fairies, which I know is definitely the direction I'd be going in, and we leave that reality, that fast-paced, crazy, linear, nutty, profit-driven world to its own devices, and we go, okay, yeah, you can leave us here, see you later. But also, what is interesting and exciting is my favourite writer is Neil Gaiman, another graphic novel writer. He wrote the Sandman series, which has recently been very popular on Netflix. And in that there's an episode where the kitten finds out that there's this idea that cats had once been bigger than humans, and humans have been playthings like little mice, and that the cats used to just play with them and eat them. And this one human went round to all the other humans and said, we just need to dream, and if enough of us dream at the same time, then we'll create a new reality. And it wasn't a case of like incrementally changing the reality they were in. It was that if enough of them dreamt it at the same time, they would actually wake up in another reality. And one night, enough of them went to sleep and dreamt of a new reality, and they woke up and they were bigger than cats, and cats were their playthings and were their pets. And this kitten was told this by this Siamese cat woman who was telling them to dream their reality back again. And I'm like, okay, that's where I'm coming from with what I'm creating this next year, and in my magic, my mystery, my being, my power, that's what I'm doing. And I'm inviting you to do the same. I want to dream a reality that is loving and kind and compassionate and extraordinary and full of magic and full of splendour and full of divine beauty, where the fairies and the pixies dance with us, and the butterflies and the wrens, and the rainbows shine bright in the sky, and the stars twinkle, and we know them and they know us, and we're in a two-way communicative, loving, embracing relationship with each other. We're all one, and we're all our biggest, bestest, brightest selves. We're all thriving. That's the reality that I'm creating, and I really would love for as many of us to dream that as possible, that we make that reality come true. So that's my invitation, and that's my declaration to the Gemini full moon, the moon of communicative words and action and power, with that Mars star kissing it as my witness is. That is what I am creating. Possibility I create for myself and my life is the possibility of a passionate, compassionate and extraordinary reality, and that is who I am. Love you all, happy full moon, and see you on the other side.